Enzo Maresca has worked with Pep Guardiola and even looks a bit like the Spaniard. But does he have what it takes to reach the same level of tactical genius? Inheriting a young and very bloated Chelsea squad, the 44-year-old Italian has wasted no time implementing his possession-based style. Despite a pre-season marked mostly by defeats, his players seem to be buying into his vision and have shown promise. However, Maresca's managerial track record has raised doubts among the Chelsea faithful. After all, while he successfully guided Leicester City back to the Premier League, it was nothing if not expected, considering he did so with the Championship's most expensive and highest paid squad. And before that, his only previous head coaching experience amounted to a mere 14 games with Parma. But what they're not telling you about Maresca is the captivating journey he has had from Man City's reserves to now taking the reins at Chelsea and the potential impact he could leave at Stamford Bridge. Maresca's tactical approach has no doubt been shaped by his experiences as a player across different clubs and countries. He began his career in the number 6 and 8 positions at AC Milan's youth team, forming a close friendship with a certain Roberto De Zerbi. At 18 years old, he then made the bold switch to West Bromwich Albion in the English second tier, where he got his first taste of senior football. Subsequent moves to Juventus, where he learned from winning coaches like Carlo Ancelotti and Marcello Lippi, and then to Sevilla, yielded one Serie A title, 2 UEFA Cups, and a Copa del Rey, among other trophies. An 18-month spell playing under Manuel Pellegrini at Malaga further bolstered Maresca's experience, with the Chilean manager recognizing his potential as a future coach. After retiring in 2017, Maresca wasted no time embarking on a coaching career, taking on initial roles with Ascoli in Italy's Serie B and Sevilla in Spain before joining Pellegrini's staff at West Ham in 2018. This winding path, marked by exposure to diverse football cultures and mentorship from top managers, primed Maresca for his next challenge. By the way, if you're enjoying the video so far, please subscribe so that you don't miss out on our future videos. By this point, Maresca was developing a reputation as a progressive coach with a keen eye for positional play. It came as no surprise then when Pep Guardiola recruited him in 2020 to manage City's reserve team, also known as the Elite Development Squad or EDS. Maresca duly won City their maiden Premier League 2 title, showcasing his ability to nurture talented youngsters like Cole Palmer, Romeo Lavia, and Tommy Doyle. Eager to take the next step in his burgeoning career, Maresca then accepted the head coaching role at Parma in 2021. However, his tenure at the Serie B club lasted a mere 6 months and proved far less successful than anticipated. The previous season had seen Parma's new American owners embark on an ambitious spending spree, splashing €80 million on unproven young talents from around the world. But the resulting flux and lack of cohesion proved their undoing, with the team struggling to even get the best out of promising players like Joshua Zirkzee before suffering a surprise relegation. Maresca was tasked with picking up the pieces in Serie B and molding the disparate group into a functioning team. And despite having the division's highest wage bill at his disposal, he was dismissed after winning just 17 points from 13 games and leaving Parma narrowly outside the relegation playoff spots. The challenge, it seemed, had proven too great for the young manager. Undeterred, Maresca returned to England in the summer of 2022, with Guardiola not hesitating to bring him back to City, this time as a first-team assistant coach. Given Pep's uncompromising standards, this represented a significant vote of confidence in Maresca's abilities. Thriving in this high-pressure environment, he worked seamlessly with City's young international squad, communicating in multiple languages during their famous treble-winning campaign. He was likely involved in the team's tactical evolution that season, as they adopted a fluid 3-2-4-1 formation in possession, one that saw John Stones transition into midfield and drop into the back line while the other double pivot midfielder pushed forward. Maresca's contributions ultimately didn't go unnoticed, and before long, Leicester City came calling, offering him the opportunity to take over as their new head coach. When Maresca joined Leicester, the situation felt eerily familiar. Tasked with immediately leading a recently relegated club, boasting a squad too talented and expensive for the second tier, back to the Premier League. Yet, this time, there would be no repeat of his ill-fated Parma experience, as he guided the Foxes to a dominant season, clinching the championship title and automatic promotion with a remarkable 97 points and the league's best defensive record. Yet, it proved a curious season for Maresca. His side set a blistering pace out of the blocks, amassing 58 points by the halfway mark. This was a testament to both Maresca's immediate impact and, rather less praiseworthy, the club's spending power that had led the Premier League to refer it to an independent commission for an alleged breach of financial fair play regulations the previous season. However, the second half of their campaign saw a noticeable drop-off, with Leicester collecting just 39 points, enough to get over the line in first place, but a far cry from their earlier dominance. Unlike the inspiring promotion of Ipswich Town, who had punched well above their weight, Leicester's triumph felt more in line with expectations given their financial resources. After all, having Jamie Vardy, who netted 18 goals last season, felt like a cheat code in the championship, even with him now firmly in the twilight of his career. Despite the enviable opportunity to spearhead Leicester's charge in the Premier League, Maresca decided that an enticing, yet potentially reputation-toppling move to Chelsea could be worth the risk. Where the Blues had lacked structure and direction last season, the young manager's appointment represents a welcomed breath of fresh air. There's little doubt on paper about Maresca's success so far, despite his limited top-level experience. But what kind of manager is he? At the core of Maresca's tactical approach is the concept of positional play, a system that emphasizes players moving into specific spaces at precise moments. With this system, he overhauled Leicester's style of play and turned them into a possession-based team, a style that is said to have appealed to the Chelsea hierarchy. Maresca places significant emphasis on a deep, controlled build-up with short passes from the back involving his goalkeeper as a key cog. His preferred shape in possession is a 3-2-4-1, with inverted fullbacks helping to retain the ball in central areas. The number 8s, meanwhile, are tasked with making forward runs to exploit the inside channels. Recognizing the vulnerability to counterattacks inherent in positional play, Maresca focuses on maintaining a structured defensive shape even during attacking phases, a concept known as rest defense. This typically involves deploying a high defensive line to constrict the playing space, with players positioned close together to establish numerical superiority in central areas. The aim is to enable rapid counter-pressing and quick ball recoveries should possession be lost. His teams are also known for their aggressive, high-tempo pressing, often transitioning into a 4-4-2 shape to force play onto one side. A deep-lying playmaker to help recycle possession at the base of midfield is preferred over a destroyer-type midfielder, while the forwards are tasked with staying high and wide to stretch the opposition. While this approach can carry risks, Maresca has already demonstrated an ability to strike a balance between patient build-up and goal-mouth action, as evidenced by Leicester's goal tally of 89 in the championship last season. Maresca is a strong, decisive character who has what it takes to coach a club like Chelsea. Known for his ruthlessness, he's likely to make swift, uncompromising calls on who will be part of his new journey. Yet, the Italian's leadership style is also defined by an open, communicative approach, maintaining an open-door policy for his players and encouraging them to share any on- or off-field concerns. With that being said, he still leaves his squad in no doubt about what he expects of them. While there may be lingering doubts and questions around Maresca's appointment, his unwavering commitment and hunger for success at Chelsea is undeniable. Although he may not boast a big reputation or distinguished record that some supporters crave, he knows exactly who he is and how he wants to tackle the job. If you enjoyed this video, hit that like button and subscribe to the channel for more football news, stories, and insights. Also, don't forget to turn on notifications so you never miss a beat. And with that, we'll see you in the next video.